It's just before Christmas break, 2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks away. And in many schools across the country, it's time for exams. Time for semester exams, or different exams that assess our students and how they're performing. Do you ever examine yourself? I'll talk about that in just a minute. I never did like exams very much. I mean, I know that some people do. Those people are strange rangers. I'm just kidding. But in all reality, I never really enjoyed taking exams that much. They were stressful, they were time-consuming. It was something that really forced you to work a whole lot toward a piece of writing that you knew you were going to have to. I'm old enough to remember having to go to the college bookstore and buy the blue exam books. And that's where you had to write your essay answers. I don't even know if they still do that or not, but you had to write them in these blue examination booklets. And I remember the stress of all of those kind of things. But you know, there are a lot of things that I learned in school and by taking exams. It allowed me to examine myself, what I've done in my own classes, how I studied, or what I had put together. I remember taking an exam for an Old Testament prophets class, and I knew the answers, I knew all of them, but I spelled some of the prophets' names wrong, because I'll be honest with you, that never was really that important to me, because I can always look up the spelling if I'm writing a paper, but just to like instantly recall it and be able to just spit it out for someone, I never really saw that as that big of a deal. Maybe I should, but I remember the professor marking those answers wrong, and I had a little conference with him, and I asked, okay, you do realize that this is the person that we're talking about? He said, yes, but it's important to me that you know how to spell them. And I said, okay, I understand. And so the next exams, I made sure that in addition to knowing who they were, that I could spell all of the names. It just added a burden. But I understand where he was coming from. When we examine ourselves, sometimes we have a tendency to just let things slide. Well, I'm not that bad here. Well, maybe I do need to work on that there, but it's not that bad. I'm not as bad as somebody here. Maybe it's good enough. You're kind of pulling my trick with the spelling of the Old Testament prophets. Yes, it might be quote-unquote good enough, but is it truly your best? When we examine ourselves, we need to try to understand that we're in this life not only to help others and to spread the gospel, but to grow, to be the best person that we can possibly be. It's a work in progress. God transforms our heart, and then He starts to transform our lives. And as we move through this life, I think He wants to see us develop into the best possible person we can be. Will we be perfect? No. Will we get better at things? Yes. That's called growth, and I think that's really important. So, as the kids in the next couple of weeks start to take exams, I hope that they will be able to show themselves just how much they've grown, and I hope that the stress isn't too much on them. Hey, I hope you're growing. I hope you're becoming more than you were yesterday. Get a little bit better each and every day. Have a great day. Be kind to each other. See you next time.